Today's I can statement is I can subtract decimals to the hundredths. So it's going to be similar to yesterday. We're going to use our standard algorithm to solve our subtraction problems. Let's take a look at an example together. So first is a vocabulary word that we talked about a little bit yesterday. It's the word annex. To annex a zero means to write the digit 0 at the end of a decimal to show the value of the next smaller place. So for example, we have 3 and 8/10. We can change 3 and 8/10 to 3 and 80/100. We add our 0 there. If we need to add a place, to add another value for the next smaller place. So when you annex the 0, the value of the decimal does not change. So these are equivalent, much like we talked about last unit. So these are the same number, only we added a place to help us subtract easier. So when decimals such as 6 and 2/10 and 6 and 20/100, they are called equivalent decimals. So they have the same value. Okay, so they're equivalent decimals. So let's practice annexing the 0. So we're going to write an equivalent decimal by annexing the 0 for 24 and 7/10. I need to add another place to that. For my subtraction problem, I'm going to add a 0 after that 7. So again, these are the same value. They're equivalent decimals. If I have 10, if I'm subtracting a number that has a decimal, I'm going to need to annex a couple zeros, or maybe even just one. And I could add one here, or I can add another one if I need to get to my hundredths place. So it might not make too much sense right now, but it will once we see some problems. Alright, so we're going to find the difference of 2 and 4/10 and 1 and 32/100. So step 1, we have to write the numbers. So we wrote our numbers, we lined up our decimals. Again, that's very important when you're subtracting. We're going to need to annex a 0 right here after the 4 because 2 and 4/10 wouldn't line up evenly with 1 and 32/100. So that is an example of when you would have to annex a 0. So here now we have the same thing. This number is the same number as 2 and 4/10. Okay, they're both equivalent. We're going to subtract the hundred, so just like addition, we start all the way to the right in our hundredths place. We will need to regroup because 0 minus 2 would be a negative number, so we can't do that. So we're going to borrow from our 4, and our 4 is going to become a 3, and our 0 is going to become a 10. We add that 1 that we took away from the tenths place, and we add it to the hundredths place. So now 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay. 3, oh, sorry, we're going to go over here. So now we subtracted in the hundreds group. We go to step 3. We're going to subtract the tenths. So 3 minus 3 is 0. Now we go over and we subtract the ones. And don't forget, you want to bring that decimal straight down, just like addition. 2 minus 1 is 1. So our final answer is 1 and 8/100. Alright. Okay, I want you guys to try this on your own. Try number 1. 4 and 9/100 minus 1 and 33/100. Click submit when you're ready. Okay, we should have noticed our decimals are lined up. We're going to start all the way in the hundredths place. 9 minus 3 equals 6. Now we move on to our tenths place. 0 minus 3, we know we cannot do that. So our 4 is going to become a 3, and we're taking 1 away from our 4. It's going to become a 3. And we're going to add that 1 to our 0 and get 10. So now we have 10 minus 3 in our tenths place, which equals 7. I'm going to bring my 0 straight down, or I'm sorry, not my 0, my decimal point. I'm going to bring my decimal point straight down, and now I'm going to go over to my ones place. 3 minus 1 is 2. So we should have gotten 2 and 76/100. Alright, go ahead and try number 2 on your own. Click submit when you're ready. Okay, again, we notice our decimals are lined up. We're going to start all the way in our hundredths place. 2 minus 8 we cannot do 2 is a smaller number than 8, so we cannot subtract. So we're going to borrow from our neighbor. This 4 is going to become a 3. And our 2 is going to become a 12. So now we have 12 minus 8, which equals 4. And we go to our 10th place. We have 3 minus 1, which equals 2. I'm going to bring down my decimal point so I don't forget about it later. Again, just directly under the other 2 decimal points. And then I go to my ones place. 5 minus 3 is 2. Alright, great job guys. You can continue on with the rest of your work today.